What's up, everybody? We're in the boys' room. Just gonna build a crazy filter. This thing is like huge. It's just kind of a random thing. I'm trying to get this media to cycle, so it's massive and it's going into a 50-gallon bow for an aquarium. I'm gonna split it up later, so I'm gonna have this going in the 50-gallon and then 3 different 10 gallons. So my pretty lady just walked in. She's so pretty. And then she walked out. So we'll get it in the tank, show you what's up. So this is what it's going in. It's a 50-gallon bow front. I haven't cleaned it up yet, so like I said, I just got all these set up. So I'm just gonna take my time with it. Got some sponges sitting right up there on top. I'm gonna take and wipe all these down real good while I'm messing with these sump. I say sump, it's everything out of my sump that I'm putting in this. So everything will cycle in this tank. We're just going to kind of lay it in the corner over here. That right there is a ridiculous power hit. It does like 500 gallons per hour. I am using a pond sump in this. I'm sorry, a pond pump in this that does about the same. So I'll show you how I'm going to set this thing up. When you guys do this, don't set it up this big. This thing is massive. There's not really going to be any way to hide it. So I'll do this in smaller scales later and show you how I did that. But for right now, I just want to get all this media filtered. I'm sorry, the media cycled. There's some in here that's already cycled, mixed in with some that's not. So and then we're also going to use that in these 3 tanks. So we're going to build little ones for these. You know, something small that I'll be able to use an air bubbler on. You can see the ones that we built the other day. The sponge filters in there. So those are still cycling. What you see on the bottom of the tank there, that's fish food. I don't cycle my tanks with live fish. I do use fish food when it turns into waste. It turns into ammonia. Essentially, what I'm doing is just feeding the bacteria that's in the sponge filter. So that's how I cycle my tanks. I do use, different types of quick start, beneficial bacteria that I'm adding to these tanks. I don't go crazy. Some of these recommendations are like, dump the whole bottle in for a 20-gallon tank. I'm like, nah, dude, I'm not doing that. So I just use like a recommended dose, like if you were doing a water change or something like that. I'm going to wait 2 weeks either way and then test the water, so it really doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm going to get this massive thing right here in this tank. Guys, my foot is 1 foot long, and this thing is at least that wide and probably like 18 inches long, so it's huge. Let's show you what we got in here, what we're using. This is that pump I was telling you about, pond pump. It's leaking water all over the floor. This thing is pretty massive, or it's going to have a lot of water flow. Inside these mesh bags, these are all full of ceramic, all of these guys. And then I've got ceramic, I don't really know what you call these, rings, I guess, that are in here. And then we've got bile balls that are in here. And then we have lava rock. Guys, lava rock right here, this stuff right here can do it all by itself. Like I said, I'm cycling a lot of this media. It's in here. Some of it's already cycled, some of it has just been sitting, so I need to cycle it again, get it going again. So I'm going to take this whole thing with the pond pump, stick it in there. I'm going to lay this thing on its side, and this has a snapping lock for this, so when it goes in, it actually just locks the lid on. The whole thing is mesh from the front to the back, the whole 9. So I'll probably wind up sticking the sump, like somewhere over here in the corner, and then turning this, and then have everything just kind of slide down on top of it, and then just push the water out. So it'll pull all the water in this way, and then just pull it out that way. But it's going to pull in water in all directions. That's just the way it is. What I really want to do is just get water flow on this. So anyway, if you guys are cycling media for different tanks, this is a good way to do it. It's pretty simple. And if you do this in an established tank, usually it takes about 30 hours for the bacteria to start really cultivating in here. Existing media, that kind of stuff, probably want to do this for about a week. And then if you're got nothing but brand new stuff, wait a minimum of 2 weeks before you start using this stuff in other tanks. So anyway, I'm gonna get this thing going. This 50 gallon that I've got up here, I plan on probably breeding electric blue rams, is what it looks like right now. I'm not sold on the idea or stuck with that idea. It's just one thing I'm thinking about doing. So let's get this ugly thing in the tank, and we'll show you how it works. Alright, so just for the purposes of the video, I took my camera light, put it up on top of the tank so we could see. Had to take the fluorescent off to do all this. But anyway, now that I put this in there, you guys can see everything is circulating around, which is what we want. So we got a lot of circulation in there with that big pump. It's just moving things. So we'll leave this in here probably for about a week, and then start separating it between all the different tanks. And then I'm going to use some of this in my pond outside for a different sump. So anyway, guys, this is how I circulate all my media at one time, and I get to cycle my tank at the same time. It's pretty cool. So I'll wind up using this media in a different filter inside this tank. So I've got a couple of power heads that we'll be using in here. So give this about a week, and hopefully we'll see some fish in this tank. Cool. Thanks everybody for watching. We will talk to you later. Don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the button right there. Later.